So you have a brand new website and you're not really sure how to optimize it for SEO in 2020. Or you might already have an existing website and you're actually just not sure what to do with it. Well guys, if this is you, then be sure to keep on watching because I have the 5 things that you want to be doing today to really optimize your SEO presence for 2020. So if you guys want to keep learning about my tips and tricks, of course, then be sure to keep on watching. So one of the very first things that I want to recommend to you guys is that if you have a blog or even a news article landing page, is that you want to be always posting kind of like research type content. And the reason why you want to publish research type content is because a lot of people that look up this content are either bloggers or journalists and people who are always searching facts. Pretty much a lot of traffic in general, because a lot of journalists and bloggers pretty much do research on a daily, if not hourly basis. And so this is a pretty good strategy because 1, you're going to be getting a lot of backlinks, and 2, you're going to be overall get a lot of website traffic because a lot of bloggers, like I said, they kind of do research on an hourly, if not daily basis. So you'll be getting a lot of website traffic, and this will ultimately boost your domain authority, which is a pretty good thing to have, especially if you wanted to boost your ranking on the SERP search results. The second thing that you really want to consider when you're doing SEO in 2020 is looking at the Burt update that happened in 2019 and also the searcher's intent from your own audience as well. And so if you guys didn't know, in 2019 Google had this huge algorithm update called Burt. If I had to describe what Burt was in the simplest of terms, I would pretty much look back at this one example that I saw on Moz. And what Moz was talking about was that if you look at your kitchen, maybe your kitchen drawer, and you see you have all these kitchen tools and they all have like a defined purpose. So you have the whisk, you have strainer, you have all these stuff, and there's about maybe like 11 things. So what each of these tools represent in the whole world of Google and the algorithm update is something called NLP. And pretty much what an NLP is, it's a very systematic way of explaining how things are being done in one specific way. And so bring this whole idea of the kitchen and the tools back into Burt. Imagine you had one tool that encompassed all 11 kitchen tools in your drawer. So instead of having all 11 tools for, maybe all 11 hands, if you have 11 hands, to really cook something, you can actually use Burt. And Burt has everything that you need from your kitchen drawer, which is pretty awesome. And so that's kind of like the update that happened in 2019. So what Google did was that they took all 11 kind of like NLP systems and they put it into one tool and they called it Burt. Okay, so now that you guys know what Burt is and how it really relates to the Google algorithm in 2019 and into 2020, well, you're probably wondering, how in the world do I optimize for Burt? And this is kind of like the biggest question that happened in 2019 because a lot of SEO experts were indeed really confused of how to optimize it. And after a few articles and a few experiences myself and really connecting with other people on the net, I've realized and really learned that you can't really optimize for Burt right away. And it kind of goes in to say that NLP is a really complex tool and Burt is a pretty complex algorithm to begin with. And so there's no like perfect or successful formula for you to really use and really get the results that you want, other than really just focusing on the searcher's intent. And so what I mean by this is that the searcher's intent is pretty much what the person on the internet on the other side of the computer wants to look for, and being able to match their intent, their search intent, to the results on your website or any other website that's currently online. And so being able to then match these two things together is probably your best bet to really beat the algorithm for Burt in 2020. The third thing that you want to do is that you want to boost your EAT. And so what EAT stands for is for expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. And so a big thing that happened on Google in the most recent years is that Google really wants to promote really reliable sources, not sources that get a bunch of website traffic over a short period of time. So starting off with expertise, how do you boost your expertise? So if you position yourself as some sort of subject matter expert and you just want people to kind of get to know you for you and your kind of knowledge, then being sure to position yourself as a subject matter expert, creating content for yourself, using your name as the author and or person that created the original content is the best way to start doing that. A second big way to really boost your EAT is just being super transparent. So whether it's having a clear contact page on your website, easy to get to, having a privacy policy and or terms and conditions, references and things that really you sourced and you got before to other people to really show that you do care about where you get your sources and your information from. So the next thing that you really want to look out for is really ensuring that your website is mobile SEO optimized. In the last 2 years, website traffic on mobile devices have probably increased by over 2 to even 700%, which is pretty insane. And for me, I've managed a couple of websites in the past recent years, and I've seen that a lot of the direct traffic that I'm getting to my website has actually either been on tablets or on a mobile device. It's been very, very little that I've seen a lot of website traffic come from a desktop alone. So being able to make sure that you really do optimize on your website. So when you guys are writing a website or a blog, then making sure that on your website that it comes with a question. A lot of people who use voice search are probably people who are asking a question on Google or Amazon, and it's pretty easy to kind of like find answers. And so just being able to really position yourself really in the best way to show up in the first or second page by really having a question at the very top and then having an answer to follow right underneath is a better way, and probably the best way really, to get on that first search ranking. And generally speaking, a lot of people who have pages that are either FAQs, question and answers, or people that have like forums, these kind of like websites tend to do very well in the voice search ranking because they answer a lot of questions and they have a lot of answers as a response to those questions. Guys, so thanks so much for watching this video. If you guys did like this video, give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. If you guys did like this video as well, I post videos similar to this every week, every Sunday on all things online marketing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.